Smart do. We are the children, the children of God. Come. We change our world. We have what it takes to do it smart and make it smart. Welcome to our Smart Do.
Hello class 7 pupils, welcome to today's lesson. I'm taking you through a mathematics lesson on surface area. Today we are going to look at the surface area of cubes and cuboid. Of a cube and a cuboid. We are looking at the surface area of a cube and a cuboid. We begin by saying area is the amount of space enclosed within borders or within boundaries. Area of a cube, let's begin with a cube. To get the surface area, you get the area of all the faces. First, you have to identify the number of faces which are in that figure. In our case here, we begin with a cube. We are going to look at the surface area of a closed cube and an open cube. A closed cube has 6 faces. It has 6 faces which are similar. That means that side is equal to that side is equal to that side. All sides in a square are equal. We say that all sides in a square are equal. So, a cube is a square prism. You can see I have a cube here with me. This is a cube which has all faces equal. How many faces does a cube have when it is closed? We begin with 1, this is the shaded part, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a closed cube has 6 faces. So to get the total surface area, we get the area of all the faces. Surface area is given by the sum of the areas of all the faces in a figure. Now, a closed cube has 6 faces. The faces are square in shape. So we get the area of one face. How do we get the area of a square? Area of a square is given by side times side. So the surface area of a closed cube will be side times side. Because all faces are similar, or they are identical. We multiply by 6. Because it has 6 faces. That is the area of this face plus this one, plus this one, plus this one, plus this one, plus this one. That is a total of 6 faces. That is why we are saying the total surface area of a cube is side times side, that is the area of one face, times the number of faces, which is 6. In case of an open cuboid, meaning what? It means that one of the faces is open. So if one of the faces is open, it means it is not there. So to get the total surface area, how many faces are remaining? Remember, it has 6 faces. So when it is open, one face is missing. So it has a total of 5 faces. So to get the total surface area, we get the area of one face times the number of faces, which is 5. Side times side times 5. That is an open cube. Now, let's look at a cuboid. I said in a cube, only just know that get the area of one face. For example, the surface area of a cube, which is 3 centimeters. Get the surface area of a cube of side 3 centimeters. The surface area, when it is closed, will be 3 times 3. That is the side times side. That is one face. 10 times 6. This is 9 times 6, which is 54 centimeters squared. When it is open, the same cube, when it is open, it means one face is missing. So the surface area will be 3 times the number of faces, which is 5. So this will be 9 times 5, which is 9 times 5, which is 45 centimeters squared. That is in case of an open cube. Let's look at a cuboid. Let's look at the surface area of a cuboid. A cuboid is a rectangular prism. A cuboid is a rectangular prism. A cuboid is a rectangular prism. It means that it is rectangular in shape. And I say surface area is the sum of the areas of all faces. This is the length, this is the width, and this is the height. Unlike a square where we got the area of one face and we multiply it by the number of faces, here we are going to add because only two faces are identical. For example, if it is a closed cuboid, this face is equal to this face, and this face is equal to this face, and this face is equal to this face. So it has 6 faces. A closed cuboid has 6 faces. So to get the total surface area, we get the sum of the areas of all the faces. We begin by one face, that is the face at the bottom. The face at the bottom, how do we get the area of this? Is a rectangle, whereby this is the width, this is the length. Area of a rectangle is given by length times width. So it is length times width. And because we have two faces which are similar, that this face and this face here, this face is the same as this face here. So we multiply by 2. That is now these two faces. Then we go to the next face plus. Remember, we are getting the sum. Sum means addition. Sum means addition. We are getting the sum, which means to add, which means addition. So plus, we go to the other face, this face here. This is the height of the cube. So it is length times height plus length times height. This face here, length times the height. We get this, and because they are two, we have this face and this another face here. That is length times height times 2, because they are two similar faces, times 2. We are not yet through. We go to the other face. These are the two smaller faces. This face on this side and the other face on the other side. The other face on the other side. How are we going to get this? The area of this face? This is width times height. That is the width times height. Width times height. And because they are two, we have this face and this other one here behind, multiplied by 2. So that is the formula for getting the surface area of a closed cuboid. Twice length times width times 2 plus length times height times 2 plus width times height times 2. That is the total surface area of a closed cuboid. Now, in case of an open cuboid has how many faces? How many faces does an open cuboid has? For example, this box, it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This face is missing because it is open. So an open cuboid, first you have to identify that it has 5 faces. It has 5 faces. So to get its surface area, we get the sum of the areas of all the faces. We begin with the one at the bottom. We always start from the bottom. That is, this is the length and this is the width. So it is length times width. The surface area will be length times width. Are we multiplied by 2? Are we multiplied by 2? No. Why? Because the top part is missing. So it is only length times width. That is one face, the one at the bottom. Plus length times height. That is this face, the length times height. Length times height. These are 2 because we have this face and this other face here. This face and this face here. Then plus the other part. That is the smaller part. This is the length, this is the width, and this is the height. And they are 2, this one and this one. So plus width times height times 2. That is the surface area of an open cuboid. Length times width times 1, because it is only 1, plus length times height times 2, plus width times height times 2. That is the formula for getting the surface area of an open cuboid. In the next lesson, we'll look at the surface area of a cylinder. Thank you for watching.